Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawah Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. And double honors to the apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who teach and rule well, and salutations to the prophets and beloved brothers continue to exhort the sheep in these last days. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect listening in, to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Shalom, shalom. The title of this epistle is going to be entitled Trusting in Yahawah. Trusting in Yahawah. And Matthew chapter 4 verse 4 says, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High Yahawah, Yahawah Shai. Seek him daily while he may be found, so you may be edified and exhorted and be made clean and washed for the coming dangers to come, so you may be hid. So trusting in Yahawah, seek him while he may be found, for in his word is the word of life. Let's go into Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs chapter 3. Trusting in Yahawah, trusting in the report, leaning on his word for guidance. We are trusting in Yahawah for refuge and salvation. We put no other trust in any other thing, not man, not machine, not in our own selves, but trusting in his word that he will provide the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to guide us through these times. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6 reads, trust in Yahawah with all thine heart. Trust in Yahawah with all thine heart. Your mind must be saturated with the instructions and have faith in that obedience, that his word is able to preserve your life. And those who hear the words coming from your mouth are able to be preserved from the said perils and dangers upon hearkening unto his word. He says, trust in Yahawah with all thine heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. Do not think yourselves to be in any shape, form, or fashion wiser than the highest of the high himself. Doesn't matter what kind of college degrees you may have, or whatever kind of prosperity you may have built up for yourselves in the world, what kind of influential circles you might find yourselves in. None of that wisdom is above the Most High Yahawah Power's wisdom, because he says his wisdom is the only thing that is able to preserve you and save you. Trust in Yahawah and with all thine heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. Acknowledge his instructions, and he shall direct thy path. He will direct that path on that straight and narrow. For straight is the gate and narrow is the way, and very few that find it. Why? Because they do not hearken unto Yahawah our power. They do not have the fear to keep his word and stand on that as a preservation, a life vest, if you will. Trust in Yahawah. Seek his word. Seek his word out of the mouth of the prophets. Seek his word while he may be found, and lean not on thine own understanding. No matter if you have some kind of master's degree, no matter who you know, no one will be able to rescue you and save you and hide you from the perils to come. It's only by his instructions and through the obedience of Yahawah, Yahawah Shai will he lead you. He will lead you by the Spirit into safety. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I went too far. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm still getting there. And verse 19. For the wisdom of this world. Now let's go up a verse. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seem to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. This age comes with a framework of man's wisdom on how to operate within the context of this framework. You must go to school to learn this in this world. You must be educated in this area and this field to receive employment to operate in this world. This framework, this age, it's on its way out. It's going to be utterly decimated and deleted. So the wisdom of this world, whatever education you have built up in this world, not according to the scriptures, is foolishness with the Most High Yahawah, our power. Let's continue to read 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man be deceived. Let no man deceive himself. Don't be fooled. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. Don't matter if you were an engineer for 30 years, 40 years. Don't matter if you build rockets. Don't matter if you know the in and outs of space shuttles. Doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. Doesn't matter that you served 30 years, 20 years in the Marine Corps and you're a fighter and you can shoot a gun real good. Doesn't matter if you're a master farmer, whatever, people who make food from the ground. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The Most High Yahawah, Yahweh Shai, all power and authority is in his hands. And he will grant the wisdom unto that obedient vessel. And he will remove the wisdom off of that imbecile, that fool that believes himself to be wise. Let him become a fool that he may be wise. You cannot eat this food thinking you have some form of wisdom, but you must come as babes, sincere pups, in order to receive this word. Verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High Yahawah, our power. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness. That's pretty self-explanatory. The wisdom of this world is foolishness, and those that seem to be wise are nothing but utter fools, because they know not the Most High Yahawah, our power. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 55. Isaiah chapter 55. Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 and 9, it says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahawah. Many people in the last days, they're going to be so wise in their own conceit. They're all going to have an answer. They all know the way. They are all so superior over one another. They're very prideful. He says the meek will inherit the earth. The humble will inherit the earth. These that hold titles of some sort, some fashion. I'm a MD. I'm a RN. I'm a master mechanic. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm a that. I'm a this. They are part of the framework of this age that is going out of the window. That is all wisdom of this world. His thoughts and his ways, his instructions are ancient, ancient of ancients, ancient wisdom, hidden wisdom, hidden wisdom. This wisdom is folly. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahawah. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That's the truth. That's the truth. His thoughts are way higher than our thoughts. That's why we need the Father. We need Yahawah or Yahweh Shai to guide us and to cover us, because he calls us a worm. He says, Jacob, you're a worm, because we're defenseless. We have no power in our strength. Doesn't matter if we go to the gym and we can bench 400 pounds. We are still worms to the Father. He's going to bring utter destruction. You've seen what happened to Venezuela. We couldn't do that with our own might. The Father does that. Yahawah or Yahweh Shai. He does all these things. We need him. Trust in Yahawah. Trust in his word. Trust and obey what he says. Every last thing he says. Not one jot, not one tittle, in no wise will pass from the law or the prophets till all things be fulfilled. And if heaven and earth pass away, then his word pass away. But heaven and earth is still here, so the word is still much very applicable. Let's go to Psalms 37. Psalms 37. Psalms 37. This phone got me all panicky because it keeps stopping mid-record and then... Psalms 37. Psalms 37. Psalms 37. Psalms 37 and verse 23. It reads, "The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahawah, and he delighteth in his way." The steps, your path, if you please the Most High Yahawah, your power, and keep his ordinances and walk in his ways upright with a sincere and contrite heart, repentful, he will order your steps. He will make doors open and doors close. He will put fuel in your car. He will make food pop out of nowhere. He will have people deliver you goods to your door. Say I'm lying. Do it. Trust in Yahawah. He makes miracles happen. Only him can make things happen for you. But man puts things in his own hands, and you're gonna stop short of all blessings, because he can go above and beyond. You might think you plant one seed and you got something growing. He can plant the entire earth in abundance. Blow your mind. Trust in Yahawah. His ways are way higher, and we haven't seen his full manifestation of power and glory and miraculous miracles come into the earth realm as of yet. Obey him. Trust in Yahawah, and he will direct that path, and you wait on him. Doesn't matter what the environment suggests or what kind of pressure you're experiencing from others. You sit idly and you keep steady on that heartbeat of yours. Boom, 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 boom. Let nothing shake you. You wait on him. Fear him. Do not fear man, because he can be using those spirits to test the metal of what you're made out of. But you wait on him. You wait on the Father, and you show him that you love him, and you obey him, and you trust in him, and you trust in his word, because he is the only one that can deliver you out of all these said perils. And they're going to be crazy. They're going to be crazy. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahawah, and he shall direct his path if he delights in you. Are you feeding the sheep? Are you doing everything upright to the best of your ability? Are you being at peace with all men whenever possible? Are you doing the things? Are you doing the things that are well-pleasing unto Yahawah? Are you walking in the steps of Yahawah Shai, our chief priest? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 21. Proverbs chapter 21. The Most High Yahawah Shai is in control of all things. He will direct the steps of the righteous. He would say, nope, that's not the way I want you to go today. Nope, sorry. And you're like, I just can't figure it out. No matter how much I try, it's not working out for me. Maybe he's got a plan better than what you have. Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21. Proverbs chapter 21. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1 and 2, it says, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahawah. That means his mind, his thoughts. A king's heart is in the hand of Yahawah, and the rivers of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will. He's the clay maker. We are the clay. He has made us either for righteousness or destruction. Can we hold that water? Can we hold that clean, pure water? Are we purging out that old wine and dregs and becoming a new creature, a new vessel for Yahawah, Yahawah Shai, so he can direct our paths, and he will turn it wherever he will. He will guide us into all his glorious pastures. Do we trust in Yahawah? Do we believe on the report? Are we being converted? Are we keeping his ways and instructions? Are we being that light? Are we being that salt of preservation? It only matters what he thinks. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Receive instruction and get wisdom, right? Receive his instructions and get some wisdom. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 5. He says, get wisdom. Get some wisdom. Get understanding and forget it not. Don't forget it. Write these on the table of your heart. Take them to heart. Proverbs 3 and 1, it says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. Keep his ways. Remember his word. Their instructions. Trust in his word. Trust in him. They are for preservation of life. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. He's giving you instructions to preserve your soul. Some may hearken, some may not. Some may hearken, and some may not. Get wisdom, get understanding, and utilize it. Wisdom without it being applied is not getting understanding. You must understand the wisdom so you can apply it and utilize it. Verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Understand what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're moving, how you're acting. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, found in your Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon. The Father says to get instructions and understanding. This is what he says. This is what he says. This is what we should do. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 28. He says, for the Most High loveth none, but him that dwelleth with wisdom. I'll read that again. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. For the Most High, Yahawah, wa Yahawah Shai, loveth none, but him that dwelleth with wisdom. The Most High loveth those that dwell with wisdom and get understanding. He loveth those. What's he say about a fool? What's he say about a fool? Because the opposite of a wise man is a foolish man. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 15. Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 5 reads, a fool despiseth his father's instruction, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. We hold on to those instructions because we're wise. A fool despises his father's instruction. And what does it say in Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 1? It says, Shemai, hear, Shemai, ye children, the instruction of a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. This is good doctrine. He says, keep my word, guard my word as the apple of thine eye. Proverbs chapter 7 verse 2. They are for life. A fool despiseth instruction and will reap death and consequences. Make sense? Proverbs 15 and verse 5 again. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he that regardeth reproof is prudent. Be prudent. Be wise. Be circumspect. Be humble. Be meek, all you of the earth. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Oh, I did that one already. Sorry. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 1. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. Also known as Sirach. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Look at the generations of old. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did any trust in Yahawah and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? This is a question. He's saying, look through the report, look through the doctrine, and see if anyone has ever kept his ways and was forsaken. You're not going to find it. That's the answer. I didn't want to give you the answer just in case you didn't know, but that's the answer. He says, look at the generations of old and see, did any trust in Yahawah and was confounded? You want the answer to that one? The answer is no. Those that put their trust in him and fear him, knowing that he means business and that not one word is going to return back void, those people were not confounded. They were taken out of captivity, out of Egypt, out of bondage. They were taken out of perils. They were given and granted safe passage because they were not confounded. They kept his ways. Jump up a few verses in Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and grab verse 6. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Trust in Yahawah. He is the only one that is going to be able to procure rescue through Yahawah Shai. Believe in the bloodshed. Let's go get Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. It's a good verse. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. It reads, but without faith, trust equals faith. Waiting on Yahawah Shai to direct thy path equals faith. Obeying in his word, writing these words on the table of your heart equals faith. Hearkening Shammai to the word equals faith. But without faith, faith is a currency. It is impossible to please him. You need faith coins in order to please the Father. Parabolically speaking. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High Yahawah Shai must believe. Test your own spirit. See, examine yourself to see if you are in the spirit. Ask the Father to test you. You read a verse. You want to apply the verse. Now you want him to test you on that verse to see if you can have your faith tested. Don't be scared of it. You need it. I need it. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High, Yahawah, Yahawah Shai, must believe that he is. You must believe that he's listening. You must believe that he has angels orchestrating things out in the earth in real time that they cannot see. That's either for your betterment or for your destruction. That's why you must fear. You better fear. For he that cometh to the Most High Yahawah Shai must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Look at the generations of old and see if anybody did ever trust in him and was confounded. The answer is no. But they sought him, and they were rewarded. He rewarded Abraham. He was popping out nations. He rewarded Noah. Yeah. He rewarded Sarah, gave her some babies. He's a rewarder of those that diligently seek him, because you want to be counseled by the Father of lights himself to be instructed in the ways of wisdom. Because why? Wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of your time. This is going to be the currency. Faith, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and applying it. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6 says, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy time. That's what he says. I believe it. I don't have to wait for things to pop off in the earth to say, now I believe. That's lacking faith coins. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 17. Jeremiah chapter 17. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 7. 17 and verse 7, it says, blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahawah, and whose hope Yahawah is. You put your hope and your trust in Yahawah Shai, you are considered a blessed man and or woman. Those that believe on the report, he calls you blessed. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawah Shai, and whose hope Yahawah is in. This is what the word says. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little to build your understanding. Get this understanding. Let's go to Psalms 125. I may close it out after this. Yeah, I'll close it out after this. Psalms 125. Trust in Yahawah is the moral of this epistle. Psalms 125 and verse 1. It says, they that trust in Yahawah shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed, but abideth forever. This is what the word says. So I pray that this lesson was edifying unto the elect. The water Abanawa Yahawah for another opportunity to put forth some edification to the sincere sheep. And Barakatam to the hopeful elect. With that, Shalom, Shalom.